What's the likelihood you can settle your medical malpractice case here in New York without going to trial? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney, and the answer is you might be able to settle your case before going to trial. However, before you ever get in the door, we have to evaluate whether or not you actually have a valid case. Now, you should know by now that in order to evaluate whether or not you have a valid case, we have to show not only that there was wrongdoing by the doctor, but that the wrongdoing was a cause of your injury and that your injury is significant or permanent. And all three of those things have to be confirmed by a doctor who's either treated you or reviewed all of your records. Only then are we permitted to go forward. Now, we don't know what the defense's position will be. Typically, they turn around and say, hey, we didn't do anything wrong, don't blame us. Then they also say, listen, maybe if we did something wrong, you know what, so did you. And then they turn around and say, you know what, if we did something wrong and you did also, your injuries really are not as bad as you claim them to be. Now, they will fight us tooth and nail throughout the entire litigation process. And now, as we approach trial, maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, now they'll make a decision, a conscious business decision about whether or not it is worthwhile for them to try and settle this matter before trial from a business standpoint. They look at it in terms of the risk of going to trial and taking a verdict. Likewise, we have to do the same exact thing. Now, the defense, on the other hand, turns around and says, listen, if this goes to a jury and a verdict comes back, what's the chance that the verdict will be far in excess of what we think this case is really worth? And now they weigh those risks. So to answer the question I raised in the headline of this video, there's no definitive way to know at the beginning of the case. Maybe during the middle of the case you can get a sense of where they're going to go and whether they're interested in negotiating. More likely towards the end, as you get close to trial, you'll have a better understanding of whether or not they're willing to negotiate. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you an inside look at what goes on in a medical malpractice case here in New York. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.